Yeah, but Wells is kind of a pain in the ass to get to, depending on where you're going.
Yeah, but they got all those new houses.
Yeah,
everywhere around there.
That's true.
And they're just building more.
Yeah.
Like I'm keep talking to David about how do we tap into that so that people know that we're, you know, like we're not just some cruddy dive bar, that we're actually a good little spot, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's so many fucking houses going up on the East End.
Yeah.
Everywhere, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't
But
matter
dude,
where
yeah,
you're at.
I've always wanted to start a coffee shop.
Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels, because it allows you to target market your zip code, and it allows you to set the number of people you want to reach, and it's pretty affordable.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I mean, we do that
advertising-wise.
every day.
Yeah, but you just
paid
post
Instagram
videos.
Reels. You want paid.
Yeah.
You want to pay for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I know we do,
highly
like, for
endorse
special
paying
events and
for
stuff. Okay.
Localized Instagram Reels.
Okay.
They get excellent circulation. A company that I was working for, they are doing Fun and Find. They buy pallets from Amazon and Home Depot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I set them up Instagram, Facebook, and their Google page and their website. And he did all the advertising, and the shit shows up in my feeds a lot.
Okay.
Very effective.
Is it the haggle bids or Mars or?
No, so this guy's, he starts $12 a bin, $12 on Fridays, and then it goes $11 on Thursdays, and so forth.
Yeah.
Until Wednesday's a restock day.
Yeah, they do. There's one that just popped up right next to the Chinese food place.
Yeah.
That you like, on the East End.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's like a little store. It's like one of those overstock Amazon stores.
Oh, shit,
They sell
okay.
tons of random shit in there, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's weird.
There's one called Haggle Bids that you can go on and bid on stuff, and I had to stop doing it.
Oh yeah.
You could get it for free.
Yeah.
Wrapped up.
Well, you just end up, you know, I got 4 tents. You
You're
know,
like, why?
I don't have a 12-man tent. Let me get the 12-man tent. You know?
For $17 or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Look at this tent. It has an extra room off the side that you can use like a closet. Let's get that. You know? And yeah, dude, I just
get an
had to
inflatable
fucking
couch.
stop. Seriously.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I had to quit. It's just you get caught up in that bid, man.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Auctioning
Yeah.
is fun and very
It
addictive.
is so addictive,
Yeah.
man.
Is Jay all framed up in the camera and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
A little off.
He's not.
I'm
yeah.
using third framing because they're looking to it's. I mean, if I could do this if you want.
Oh,
but I prefer
I
it
don't.
because
You're the one
Well,
doing it, bro.
what it does when I edit the clips, it clips half of them out of it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
could center them up
Okay.
a little bit better, that'd be
Okay.
because the Opus just takes the two camera
right.
angles and
Yes.
and it always
Yep.
Jay gets kind of clipped out, which is
a
fine
lot.
with me.
Yeah,
but
I know
he
that. I
doesn't
kind
like
of
it.
you figured that was part of the deal.
The thing is, you can clip out half of him and he's still there.
It's hilarious that how often the clips are just Craig looking at me
Yeah.
as I talk
Yeah.
and no me, just him
good.
looking at me.
Yeah.
Doing
I could
just
I
exactly
could edit
that.
it. I could edit it, but I don't.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah. The content's there.
Which reminds me, those shorts that you post, because they're longer than 60 seconds, they go in regular videos, and they don't get as much exposure as a reel.
What are you talking
Anything
about?
over 60 seconds?
You mean the shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
on
not
YouTube?
being posted
I know,
under
yeah.
shorts.
I don't know, dude. I'm posting a lot of clips and shit, but the shorts themselves, if it's under 60 seconds, it'll automatically post it as a short.
Right.
But what I started doing is now you can choose the time frames you want. So I choose like minute and a half, and then I choose 60 seconds. So I don't know. It's hard to.
It's chopping it up.
That Opus thing is really cool, man. It does all the work for you, but it's not like perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really have to sit there and like fucking tweak with them if I want it.
What I see all these YouTubers doing, and that's hire a team in Vietnam to
Totally, dude.
to edit all your shit. I mean, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just send that shit to somebody in
Right.
Vietnam where they don't have a very high living
I actually
cost.
used to use those resources on
Yeah.
those websites, and the only thing that I had to do was make sure the spelling. The only thing is spelling.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. They're really
Yeah.
good at everything except spelling.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about reaching out to like on Fiverr or something,
Yes,
reaching out
exactly.
to one of
Yes.
those
Fiverr
YouTube
in
ad build
India.
YouTube guys.
Yes.
And build out the YouTube because we
Yeah.
could
It's
get.
super
We're
cheap.
already almost at 1,000 subscribers. We have like almost 800 right now.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so I
What
thinking about
3 years of work will do?
Yeah.
It'll get you 1,000 subscribers.
well, and also, guy, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm figuring out all this
well,
shit on the
it's
fly,
also
you know?
It's
a
organic.
bit of
Yeah.
a
Out of
part of it
organic.
though is we cuss a lot, and that effects thing.
That,
It does, yeah.
and there's a lot of context that gets flagged easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. It
Yeah,
won't
we
get
hit
into
it.
a
Yeah.
algorithm.
Well,
Yeah.
the YouTube shit never gets flagged. I never have the YouTube shit get flagged ever.
I love,
It's Instagram that I'm fucked on.
love that you could at any given time watch somebody get just murked,
Murdered.
and then
on
we
Instagram.
can't say anything about a male that has a period. You know, like, come on.
Yeah, it's really weird, man. I mean, you know what's so funny too? I've noticed with all those really fucked up videos, if you look in the description, it says check out the new Tesla Cybertruck. It has nothing to do with the
Yeah.
video,
Yep.
and I think that's how they fly under the radar.
Okay.
Like, it's really weird because they don't tag anything. They just write like something about the new Ford F-150, and it's like some dude getting his head blown off, and you're like, what the fuck? And I wonder if that like tricks the algorithm
Dude,
to
some
where
of
it
that
doesn't
shit
get
is
flagged
just
or
so
something.
fucking gnarly, dude.
It's really bad.
It is
It's really bad,
disturbing,
man.
man.
Did you see that kid get his hand blown off at after the Dodgers game?
Lighting off a firework on the ground.
His fucking hands are
Yeah.
blown up. God damn. I couldn't believe that was flying around on the internet.
Yeah, you know,
I mean, I could, but
Yeah.
on Instagram, like, I had like 15 people send it to me. I was like, fuck, dude. I
Yeah.
can't.
yep.
Rough.
A lot of that stuff, it's crazy because I really don't mind watching somebody walked up and get assassinated, like just shot, like sitting at a table
You don't
playing
mind it?
dominoes, not even a little bit. But the shit where it's like the kid
Yeah.
getting his hands blown off,
Right.
or the guy laying in the fucking, like laying in the dug in, wearing his camouflage and all this stuff, and they do the drone footage, and the drone
Yeah,
comes
God.
in and blows them up. I cannot get away from that fast
Yeah,
enough.
totally.
You know?
Yeah, it's weird, man. Well, this is not good content to open the podcast with.
Well, why
Speaking
not?
of getting flagged, you know. But anyway, what's up, guys? Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day, man. Hey, happy Veterans Day, Kenny.
Are you?
Yes, Kenny.
You are a veteran, right?
Yep.
That's it.
That's
you
right.
look like it.
How do you?
You look like a veteran of many wars.
You look like you fought in all the wars,
Yeah.
dude.
You're like
Every
you're
one
the
of 'em.
quiet guy that has 3 knives hanging from chains around his
Yeah.
neck.
He's got earlobes fucking
Yeah.
all over his room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did want to ask, you know, you hear that thing, thank you for your service all the time. You know what I mean, Kenny?
Yeah.
Is that how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think I just pretty much get used to the general extended salutation.
Sure.
It's just like any other. Have a great day, or
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be where it was just a conflicted response. Now I just say thank you. Because
How
it
how was
allows
it conflicted
and
for you?
us-
You personally, or just in general? You think for people?
My mindset. It's
And your
it's,
mindset.
It's other people's perception, and then because I absorbed way too much of what was going behind the scenes, it's more like I'm not ready for this conversation. Thank you.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Because you kind of know what it's about, like
It's a big
what the
Pandora's
war machine
box.
is about now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that swearing of the oath ceremony was very.
Hard.
No, it was like that was a very monumental moment, right? Like that whole ceremony with all these new airmen swearing the oath to the
So
Constitution.
you go through your boot
Very
camp,
important.
you do all your shit,
Yeah.
and then you do the swearing.
When we see superiors around us decimating that and violating that, and we can't question it, and the whistleblowers are getting made example of, that's so the picture that is, it's a little
Bleak.
bit different.
Yeah. So it's like the sentiment of it is like you just take as like, oh, thank you,
Yes.
but then
Yes.
the other part of you is like, what service, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wonder, do you think a lot of vets feel like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of that's why I think are you honoring your oath at the police level has become so like quite like putting accountability back in. I think that there's a saying in the service says once you forget whatever you heard in basic training, we don't do shit like that here
Yeah.
at every single base.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Did you see how, what is it, Prop 36 is where they recriminalized everything? It's where they've taken to where, like, if it's under $1,000 or
Sure.
$995, you couldn't be prosecuted
Right.
or whatever.
They're trying to take that away.
It's gone.
Did it pass?
It passed at like 60% or something.
Yeah.
It was across the board, everybody's like, nah, nope, prosecute them.
Yeah.
You know, and if they do it multiple times, you catch them multiple times, like more than 2 or 3 times, they're felons and they go to prison.
So it's like almost like the 3-strike law came back a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that for retail theft?
Yeah.
It has to do with that. It's just it was like a law that, you know, and to be honest, I read a little bit about it, but it's just to basically be able to reinforce some fucking laws again.
So you can't have these guys that are these crews of people that go in and just. I mean, that's why CVS's and Rite Aids are closed.
Yeah.
You can't find a drugstore in Oxnard.
Yeah.
Because people just go in there with a bag and just
Grab
take
shit.
all
No
the shaving
accountability.
supplies, you know.
By law, no.
Yeah, which I have some for sale if you're interested.
Yeah. No, it's weird. That one, and you know what was I don't think did pass is the fucking indentured servitude law for prisoners.
didn't pass.
It didn't pass. Dude.
Yeah.
I was like,
I know.
yo, dude.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that one? You didn't? Did you vote on that one?
I didn't vote at all.
You don't vote at all? Okay. Yeah. Well, then you can shut the fuck up about your opinions, right,
That's
bro?
absolutely
Yeah.
correct.
Anyway, so yeah, that one didn't pass. I couldn't fucking believe that.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, yeah, they should absolutely not be forced to work in prisons for
And
no money.
you don't have a choice either.
No, no.
Like I mean, you can go like, hey, look, I'm just not working, but there's consequences for it. And then you're gonna work, and you're gonna get
yeah,
5 cents an hour
totally
for the 20 years you're there.
Yeah.
And you're grateful that you get a job in a certain area.
Yeah.
You know, and it's insane because they're making so much money off of that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's one of the things about certain people in the political circle that we just dealt with.
Yeah,
They were all about it.
dude, it's
You know?
crazy. Yeah,
Private prisons is just one of the. It should not be okay at all
Yeah.
on any level. It should not be to where a private company can own it and then make products with those prisoners because that is straight slavery.
It is legal.
Oh, 100%.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's what we're
the
saying.
law that was the bill that was up was to reverse that.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
Okay.
eliminate that.
to reform it.
Indentured servitude, essentially,
Yeah.
is what it was,
Understood.
and it completely failed.
And like failed. They're like,
well,
no, make
those
them work.
those prison lobbies are seriously powerful, dude.
Yeah, that's
know.
why marijuana is still federally illegal.
Yeah, it's crazy. I couldn't believe that one didn't pass. Dude.
Yeah.
I was tripping out. I was like, yo.
You would think,
Especially
by
in
now-
California, you know
you
what
would
I mean?
think by now. Well, you saw the red and blue on the California, man.
That
It's
was wild,
insane.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I've always, Bakersfield's not blue.
Yeah, of course.
That whole servitude stuff is just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my brother-in-law was in the fire camps.
Yep.
You know, when he
Yeah,
was doing
exactly.
time, and I think he told me that they made $1 a day,
Yeah.
or something like that. And when they were fighting fires, it was like $2.
Yeah.
I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? I mean, they send those guys in before
Yeah.
the hot shots come in.
And
you know.
then
they're there
it
after,
It
you know?
is. There's still politicians that are, supposed to be like people like we're for the people Democrats that
Yeah.
are still like,
Yeah, that's a
oh
great
no, we're making sure we keep these guys in prison.
Right.
That's like the fact that federally marijuana is still criminalized is absolutely, and that all these hallucinogens are still Schedule 1. Like that stuff you'd think
It's
would
insane.
change by now, man.
Yeah.
It's just it's so obvious.
It sounds like mostly a shareholder's favor.
Prison
Yeah, it's a prison.
yeah,
yeah.
prisons-
The
yeah.
prison guards union is
And Big
insanely
Pharma,
powerful.
Big
You know what I
Pharma
mean?
too. Big Pharma doesn't want to give up feeding everybody Xanax. When
Right.
you can eat a bunch of mushrooms and relax, or you can do ketamine and do all these different,
There's some markets that
proven,
are relying on
Yeah.
prison.
yeah. So you just keep feeding them drugs.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild, man. I couldn't believe that one didn't pass. It was, and then didn't they not pass the minimum wage one too?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I thought they wanted to raise minimum wage to $15 an hour just across the board, and everyone's all no. What the fuck? Which I don't know. It's minimum. It's so hard to live. I only have Ventura as my guide, and it's top 3 most expensive, or the top. What did it just get rated? The top most expensive place to live in America.
Yeah, it's
compared to the median income and the
Yeah.
housing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Is the most expensive place to live in America right now. So $15 an hour out here sounds like a good idea.
I have stuff going on with my house, and I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to be able to keep it or not. And
Right.
I started looking around to try to figure out like what I can do or what I'm gonna do or how to like what in the like. I'm looking at finding a trailer at a senior center.
Totally.
You know, because it's the only thing that's halfway fucking affordable.
Right.
You know? And then I'll be having a gigantic garage sale.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm always, now I'm like in some weird algorithm where I'm seeing houses in the other parts of the country come up, and you're like,
Oh, yeah, dude.
like fucking Tennessee, dude.
Yep.
Like Tennessee is a big spot. People are moving right now, and it's like, 3,100 square foot house with fucking 5 acres for like $300,000. You're like, what the fuck? But then you realize you're not going to make a fucking thing. You know what I mean? When you're out there. So
And you
I
have
don't
a
know.
skill set that you could take out there and do something.
100%,
Like you
yeah.
could go out there and get a dozer and a tractor and a trailer
for
and a
sure.
truck
And stay busy.
and
sure,
work. You know, but then you're working in what I can't imagine. I don't know what Tennessee's weather is like, but I'm sure at some point it's super humid.
They're in the tornado belt, aren't they?
Yeah, it just.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, here it's
Yeah,
it's November 10th, right? 11th.
it's the 11th.
Yeah, so it's November 11th, and it's 70 degrees outside. It's absolutely
it's gorgeous.
gorgeous, man. You know, just wake up this morning and it's just beautiful outside, and it's like this until scorched
fire.
earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Spring,
Yeah.
summer, and apocalypse. That's
Yep.
pretty
Yeah,
much-
we got
that's
it.
what
We
got,
got
right?
it going on right now.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Yeah, I couldn't believe some of those bills passed and then some of them didn't. You're like, what the fuck? That's very weird. But it's obviously telling, man. People are
Just
tired
tired.
of fucking
Yeah.
living in fear of
Yeah.
things. You know what I mean?
The whole minimum wage thing, though, that
It's a
people
little weird.
going like, well, wait a minute. If you're working at McDonald's, you should be making $15 an hour. But you can't, but it's not supposed to be a job. It's supposed to be
Sure.
like a stepping stone for high school students.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, but it's not anymore.
It's not.
It's a job. People
It
that
is a
go
job,
there and they
yeah.
work for years.
Yeah.
You know?
And if they're lucky, they make manager and make,
Yeah.
what, 70,000 a year, you know what
yeah,
I mean? Or something like
and
that.
they're
So,
stoked.
yeah, it's pretty wild, dude.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but yeah, some of those bills that passed, I was like, whoa, that's a wild one, dude.
Well, it's the same people
or the
that-
ones that didn't pass, actually. Yeah.
It's the same people that, Kenny, I went to Ace Hardware this week and I put in a one of those little cards in for drawing, and I won a really cool Milwaukee hammer drill and impactor set, and I posted it and talked about it, and you just know that there's some people that like, fuck, I should have won that.
Yeah, totally.
And they're not going, oh, sweet,
Good for
look
you,
what Jay
man.
got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's dope. Although I did get a lot of people that saw it that said that and said it to me, like, man,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you got that. That's dope.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, man,
That's bullshit, man.
This is, I need that.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Be grateful for what you got and be grateful for what other people get.
It's crazy, man.
And that's where that whole lack of compassion for people and not understanding.
Yeah.
Those people probably don't fill out the entry cards like you did.
No.
Yeah. I just happened, I was working with my dog. So I take her into Home Depot or Lowe's and I walk her around so that she's around people so that she learns how to behave. And I just saw that it's a new Ace Hardware. I absolutely love hardware stores.
Yeah.
I don't need to buy anything. I just love
I love
You
Ace
know?
Like a hobby
Hardware.
shop.
Ace Hardware is hands down my
Yeah.
favorite store.
No
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
But
best. dude.
for me, because I love to cook, when you
Yeah.
first walk in,
Yeah.
there's one section that's all the green egg. There's one section that's Weber. There's one section that's Blackstone. They got all the coolest shit right there.
Right.
So I just wanted to walk around and say hi to everybody, and we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, make sure you get in the drawing.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you won.
Absolutely.
And when he called me, he's like, hey, man, because I know the guy that did the drawing. He's like, there's a ton of people in there. I shuffled that thing around and
Hey,
still
just got-
managed to pull your name.
Like just got lucky,
Excellent
man.
luck.
Hey, man,
It's amazing.
I need it.
Yes.
That morning
Your
I
time-
was
it was your
thinking, God,
time.
I need it.
yeah.
I didn't even know that that was part of the giveaway.
Yeah.
But that morning I went and got a polishing ball to polish the wheels on one of my vehicles so I can get it sold. And I was like, man, I need new power tools. Let's 15-year-old DeWalt set's not really cutting it anymore.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, but I'm not going to go spend $400.
Dude, they're so expensive.
Oh,
yeah.
And then bam, here you go. You know, that little dog got a bone.
There you go, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's every once in a while you get a come up and you're like, fuck yeah, dude. This is awesome.
First thing I do is call my brother and tell my brother, hey, check it out, bro. Look
Yeah.
what I won. He's like, God, dude, I love hearing that, man. He goes, you deserve it more than anybody I know. And it seems like you're always getting shit on.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Except for you're gonna get the one that's malfunctions and shocks you somehow.
Yeah. I took the Cadillac to, I had the starter, something's going on with the starter. And so I took it to my buddy's shop, Tron, Elliott Performance. And his son was working on it and shocked the shit out of himself.
Dude, a car battery shock will fuck
so then
you up.
He goes, yeah, I touched the wire, it shocked the shit out of me. So yeah, I disconnected the battery now. Oh, God, it's so good.
It is insane how much that shit will fucking, you know.
I
watched my dad
all you have to do is
squeal.
take 2 minutes. 2 minutes
Yeah, but that's how it goes.
to disconnect the battery.
Yeah.
You know, it's one post.
Yeah.
I do it every time.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I never do.
Yeah, I do it.
I just
I
wing
think there's. I hate getting shocked, dude.
Do you?
I hate it, man. I can't stand it. It just
Really?
Oh, I hate it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
will
were not
swing.
excited about those pads. Remember?
No,
bet
I
you
was
put
not. I don't
those
like that
electrode
shit.
pads on
No.
there. Why? What is it?
It's not comfortable.
Okay, but it's not. I mean, it doesn't hurt that fucking bad.
I
Have
just
you ever
don't
been
like
tased?
it.
Like
No,
really tased?
No, I'll start swinging.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you come at me, I'll
Yeah.
swing.
I've been tased. It fucking it wakes you up, dude.
Yeah, I had
It wakes you up good.
A good friend of mine, man, tried to get me with
a taser?
with one of the baton tasers,
Oh.
the long ones like cattle prods. He tried to get me, but I know what a fucking devious asshole he is. And so he's like so excited, and he's walking me over to his truck. Goes, I got something I want to show you. So as we got to the truck, the closer we got to the truck, I slowed down so he got ahead of me. And then when he opened up the truck door, I was a good 4 or 5 feet away from him. No. You know, and for such a big dude, I'll move.
Oh, yeah,
you,
for
you
sure.
know, and so yeah, he didn't get anywhere near me. And he as soon as he turned around, and he had it in his hand.
Yeah.
He started laughing because he knew I didn't trust his ass.
yeah.
You know.
Totally. But yeah, you've never been. Kenny, have you been tased?
Negative.
Never, huh?
Really?
God damn. You
Looking like you look, and you've never been tased.
I'll be asking for it very soon.
a taser
Yeah.
or to get tased?
Sometime be tased.
All right.
Oh shit!
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Police interactions, they don't do well too with me.
Really? Well, you're in
Oh, yeah.
Wainimi.
Yeah.
Wainimi cops are notorious.
Because they stole the scooter out of my front yard, and I asked the officer, "Hey, is that thing recording or the camera?" He said, "Yeah, it's always recording." Good. When they come over here, I'm gonna machete their hands off.
On video, threatening lives.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They stole your scooter. You get your shit stolen a lot over
Yeah,
there.
Dude, it's
and-
Wainimi, man.
Yeah.
I know.
You lock that shit down. I took.
What do they get in your front yard? Like
Yeah,
in your
they
gate?
walked in the gate and
Yeah.
stole it. Yes.
It's Wainimi,
I
bro.
was caught, dude. I usually have cameras, but I was in the middle of upgrading my system to a different hard drive, and I hadn't gotten to it yet, so I didn't get anything recorded, unfortunately.
What?
That's okay.
But
I'm gonna
even when
paint
you
the yard
do,
now.
it doesn't fucking help, right? Did
No.
you ever get your? Remember when your shit got stolen out of your car?
No.
Whatever happened with that?
The investigation never continued. They
They
claimed that
because you gave them video on who exactly it
Yeah.
was, right?
Yeah.
And never nothing.
Nothing.
They never arrested anybody.
Nope.
Did you get your shit back?
Nope.
Wow.
Nope.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's got to be the same person. I drove around this morning shortly after I woke up and just to give a look around in the yards to see what was around in anybody else's yards.
Right.
I'm being targeted. There's plenty of valuables in everybody else's yards, bikes and shit.
What kind of scooter was it?
A brand new electric.
Oh,
It looked
had a
like a
little
bird
seat on it.
scooter. Yeah, and I put a trailer on it, kid's trailer. So I just assembled this thing and just had it charging in the front yard overnight. But apparently somebody else wanted it more than I did.
So
Wow.
don't you kind of like? Why would you leave it out? You know your neighborhood.
So
I know your neighborhood.
yeah, I definitely got caught with my pants down, irresponsible.
Yeah.
But now that we know of the occurrence and the trend,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of fun trapping the shit out of my yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I don't. Yeah.
We're gonna be in the newspaper.
You can't lock
Yeah.
your gate.
Oh yeah, I could, but they're just hop
Doesn't
over.
matter.
They're hop over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just hop over.
It doesn't. Yeah.
I had a. you know how in Ventura, like you'll put something out on the corner and you'll put a sign free or whatever, and people just scrap guy will come and grab it. Somebody's going to grab it. You know, and it might take a little while to do, but like I had a cooler that I left out there that I drill holes in, and at a certain point I was like, I better, like, this is going in the trash. I'll just take it to work and throw it away.
Yeah.
Gone.
It was.
You know.
Yeah.
I had a bamboo like shelf that I had set outside right there on B Street, and set it outside for like 2 weeks. Free sign on it. And then my buddy's like, shout out to Mike Hyde. He goes, hey man, take that free off there and put for $20.
Dude, I was just going to say that.
No
And
shit.
I swear to God, I went,
gone.
okay, $20. Put it on there. Next day,
fucking gone.
gone.
Dude,
and
that's
he'd
a
been
good
sitting there
idea.
with a free sign for 2 weeks.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
And just as soon as I put the free sign on there, man, good old Wainimi. I could not live there again, man.
Dude, it's such a.
It's a grind.
It is, man. I want to live there. So I love that town, but it just crime.
So they
sucks.
have the crime sucks, and then they have parking lady that
dude.
just
Relentless.
nonstop relentless.
Yeah.
Like when I lived there, my bumper was sticking out like 6 inches into the driveway.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a ticket.
Good Lord.
You can't. You
don't
can't
have a front license plate. You get a ticket.
anything.
Really?
You don't move your car enough times, or if you move it across the street and then move it back, and you do that, but you don't actually go anywhere with it, they'll give you a ticket.
But meanwhile, if you have a fucking motorhome that you're doing meth in, you can park that anywhere on the street at any
Not
time.
in Wainimi.
Not in Wainimi.
No, not in Wainimi.
Yeah,
You
no,
will
it's not,
get
though.
flagged.
And
You will-
Ventura,
that
you
won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's weird.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, in Ventura, I understand that they've recently passed some sort of thing saying that you can't have your motorhome out on the street anymore.
Sure, but they
You know.
still they all leave, and then they're gone for a week, and then they
all
fucking
come
all
back,
move back.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yep.
I see it all the time. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. COVID was insane when
Yeah.
you just had piles of fucking.
We drive down Valentine.
Totally. Dude.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Like you're going to the Harris trash, and it's just completely lined both sides with motorhomes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild, but yeah, I don't know. Well, it's Veterans Day, dude.
Yes, it is.
It's weird.
No, it's not. It happens every year.
It's
It's
wild.
not really new.
I
know?
rarely ever have a 3-day weekend, so I'm so
Oh,
excited.
yeah. And you had a solid 3 day. You
Yeah,
didn't
it
work
was
Saturday
nice.
either.
We didn't do shit. It was amazing.
I've been off for 5 days.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow.
The fires, I'm not going to go hang out outside and work
Yeah,
all
that's
day.
true.
It already gets me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm coughing and sneezing, and my sinuses are all fucked up.
Yeah. I know. It's weird. It's weird when it does that.
Yeah.
The old fucking Sunday sniffles.
Yeah, it's crazy how it always happens on Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I and it kind of sucks because if I call in sick and then I get called in for overtime, I don't get overtime pay. I get straight pay. And
'Cause you called
so
in sick.
they wanted me to work Saturday and today, and today would have been double time and a half if I had worked all day.
Double time and a half?
Yeah, double time and a half.
Jesus.
Yeah, so yep,
Yeah.
lost out on a lot of money.
All over this fucking podcast, dude. Rude.
No, the fires.
Oh.
Because if I'd have been able to, if I hadn't called in sick on Thursday and Friday, then I would have definitely 100% worked today.
For sure.
You know.
Yeah, dude, that's that's wild. Yeah, those fires are. I mean, they're still what's the containment? They're like 20%.
Yeah,
30%.
it's burnt over 20,000 acres.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed kind of consistent at 20-some thousand acres,
Yeah.
though. It hasn't spread a whole lot.
Yeah.
My phone's over there. I could do it. There's an app called Firewatch.
Oh, yeah,
that is
yeah.
just stellar, man.
Yeah, it's really. I've been
Yeah.
looking at it. Yeah, 135 homes they said, or at least structures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have been burnt. It's crazy, man.
And it's the total loss of everything you own, and then a lot of those places are ranches and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And so, were they able to get all their horses out?
I don't
Were they
know.
able to get their livestock out? You know what I mean?
I saw a lot of people on Facebook asking for help and shit.
Yeah.
And it seemed to be a good amount of response for things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Did
man.
Wilbur the pig get barbecued, or did he actually? You know,
Yeah.
we have a
It's weird
holiday
because
ham.
I didn't realize. My kids were pretty young during the Thomas fire, but it was a big deal. You know what I mean? Like when when all that shit, because we were in Ojai at the time, and when we left our house, the fire was on both sides of the hill, and it was starting to get past our house, and I was like, okay, we're fucking out, dude.
Yeah.
And we were one of the last cars they let out on the 33. We drove through the actual fire. The hill was on fire, the center median was on fire, and then the other side right there at 33 where it enters. And we were literally, I had to stop and pull over and grab the dog and throw him in the truck because I was like, he's gonna burn, like, you know what I mean? And I forget how triggering that shit is. Like, you know, as soon as you start to see that stuff come around again, you're like, holy fuck, man! Like, they put you in a tizzy, and the kids were like totally freaked out. You know what I mean? Which makes sense.
My brother lives up in Adelanto, and he was driving away from their house, and houses burned down around
right around there. Yeah.
The aluminum from wheels was melted and dripping down the road as he was driving out of there. And so when this stuff started going on, he hit me up. I was like, man, dude, this is rough.
Yeah.
He goes, we don't have power. We're sitting up here. We don't know what's going on.
Totally.
We're all tripping about it, you know, and it's just, it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know?
It's weird, man. It's weird how, like, I didn't really think, I mean, the Thomas fire was so nuts when it happened. It was like I didn't have a lot of time to process it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when this came back again, I was like, oh, fuck. Do you start getting these, like, what would I grab? Like, why don't I have a fucking go bag?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you start thinking about all the things that you should, like, yes, I got a generator at the house, blah, blah, blah. I got food, I got water, I got those things. But if you had to leave that place, you know what I mean? And for those people that experienced it up there, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because that's what we did. We packed up our car with
whatever you could.
Whatever we could, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get all these guns out? You know what I mean? Like, I have like buckets of shotgun shells. You know what I mean? Like, what, do I leave those? What do I, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
There wasn't
like,
any available space at my house.
For
everything was packed with people.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we had the front room was completely packed. The garage was packed with people.
Yeah.
All the rooms had people in it.
Yeah.
You know, I drove around in my truck and, like, if I saw people walking, like getting off work and they were walking, I'd pull over and give them a ride so they wouldn't be out. Because, I mean, I saw guys, like, I remember picking up this one Mexican guy that had his lunch pail and he was walking and it was thick smoke that this guy was walking through.
Right.
And I ended up picking him up and giving him a ride like 3 or 4 miles.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And he was walking home from work.
Damn, dude.
You know?
Yeah.
It was gnarly. Giving out water. I gave out a lot of water. I went and bought cases of water and was handing that out and stuff. And
yeah, it's crazy. I just, you forget how gnarly that was. You know what I mean?
And how many people just devastated. And then the insurance companies that you've been paying for years are only paying you like 60 and 70 cents on the dollar for this property.
If they're even
That's $1 million properties, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of people still haven't recovered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was, what, 2017 or something?
Yeah. It's been quite a while.
It's been a while, man. Yeah, I didn't, you know, the kids were like totally fucking worried. I was like, guys, we're okay here. Like, we're fine. I had to take like because that's why I spent the 2 days. I ended up taking a couple days off last week because they were out of school and I couldn't really leave the baby with them all day long and air quality shit. There's nothing going on at work. So fuck it. I took the days off. But you know, you just, they're like, dude, is it going to burn our house? I'm like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to burn our house, dude. We're going to be fine. But you know, that feeling of not knowing and having to make a split-second decision to grab whatever you think is valuable in your house, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I called my best friend lives in Santa Paula over off Briggs Road.
Yeah.
And I called him to check on him.
Yeah.
And he said, we got 20 fire trucks out here. We've got the dozer out there. We've got everything. We're working on this stuff. And I got kind of emotional about it because I couldn't go help. I want to go help, but my breathing, there's no way.
Yeah.
You know, I stayed home from work because I couldn't breathe.
Totally.
You know, and can't be out in it. And then he's sending me videos of the whole hill, like across the river from him's on fire.
Right.
You know, and he's out there trying to put it out. It's rough, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's terrible, man. I mean, a lot of those people, you know, and you know, there's also avenues of people who's like, well, they're living $1 million homes. They'll be fine. You're like, yeah, okay, dude. I mean, I get it.
But the whole thing about a lot of those people that in their $1 million homes, those people have lived there for 25 and 30 and 40 years. And it's $1 million home, but it wasn't when they bought it. You know, a lot of those people bought that stuff and built it up and made it into a ranch that they took years to do, and now
Right.
it's just all gone.
Totally, dude.
You know, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the same as losing your apartment on the avenue.
Totally.
But it's still, you know, a lot of years of building up a home to have it just, you know, taken away. And then like we were talking about with the ranch animals and, you know, you lose all your chickens and hopefully you get your horses out and hopefully
Totally,
you can get your dogs together and, you know.
Well, has anyone heard what started it?
Oh, I haven't even.
Is it because I already saw that they're already fucking on Instagram. There's already class action lawsuit like
Edison?
fucking claim. I don't know. I don't know if it's Edison or what.
I hate those fucking people.
God
so
damn,
much, dude.
Yeah.
Those people that do that stuff, I hate them.
Oh, do the class action.
Oh, I hate them.
Well,
I
if it's
fucking hate 'em.
necessary, right?
It's not. But it's not even. They don't even. It's the same as the guys. There's people out there already scamming. There's people out there trying to get from these people and do this stuff.
Sure.
You know, if it's legit, fine, I get it. But they don't. They're in action the second that it starts.
Well,
and
that's
they're
what was
looking
tripping
to
me
get
out.
all these people because they don't. There doesn't have to be a reason for them to start getting everybody.
No.
All they have to do is go. We're going to have a class action suit. All you have to do is jump on board with us, and then if it doesn't happen, oh well, whatever.
All you did was sign your name.
Yeah,
out,
but
you
if
know?
it does happen, then that people that started that program are going to get really, really, really rich off of it.
Yeah.
You know, and
So they're just mostly opportunity seekers without the investigation.
dude, that's
Yeah.
why on the way this morning I was looking through Facebook and was looking at trying to find different places to do donations and help support, and they were just like, hey, look, this page is for this. If somebody contacts you and it seems like a scam and it's through here, please let us know because it probably is a scam and we'll make sure that they're taken off the site. But just be aware there's a lot of scammers out there going on right now.
People
you know?
become nasty in times of emergency like that.
And I just hope they all get cancer and die slow.
Totally.
Like, you know, like first their prostate so that their dick goes limp and then hopefully that works into their butthole and they can't poop.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. People
It's
like
weird.
that are the fucking worst.
Yeah, to see a class action lawsuit thing already I was like, the fire's still going. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah.
I could see like if it's a year later or something like that, you know what I mean, and or months later after we know what the fuck's happened. But
Yeah.
I haven't heard why it started. I haven't heard any of that stuff for the.
I haven't
fire.
looked into it though either.
Yeah.
And it sounds like, given that pattern of lawsuits following anything in California, especially against Edison, it's almost as if like it, during the season comes up, they're
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
as soon as it comes,
People are already
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
the
yeah.
shit going. Yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody's pissed off because they don't have power.
Right.
They're mad because they don't have power. I haven't had power in 3 days.
Right.
I've had power,
Yeah.
but like my brother didn't have power for 2 or 3 days.
Did he really? It was
Yeah.
off the whole
Oh
time.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But he lives up in Adelanto. That's where the fires happened before.
Right.
Because of Edison. If I'm Edison,
Yeah.
I'm going, oh shit, turn it off.
Yeah. Totally.
Let it go.
Uh-huh.
You know, you guys will get power in a couple of days. Hopefully
Yeah.
you got a generator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to make this our problem.
Remember there was a fire in Santa Paula a few years ago.
Yeah.
It was implied that the transformer sparked it.
Yeah. That's
I
a
never-
Thomas fire. It
The
started on
Thomas fire.
Yeah. It
correct.
was a Thomas
Yeah,
fire.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do you know if that was
That's
ever?
exactly what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
High
was a
winds,
transformer.
fucking caused the transformer to spark, which lit the fucking hillside on fire.
wild.
It absolutely was Edison for sure.
Yeah. And that,
You know.
but that's why Edison now shuts everything off.
They just
Because
shut
it's
everything
okay,
down.
We don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the Thomas fire. That's how
Yeah.
it started on the backside, on the 150.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. I mean, that's what you know. Edison obviously has fuck you money forever. You know what I mean? So they should absolutely pay out if they caused the fire. But is there things that they could have done to mitigate? I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you have 60 to 80 mile an hour winds, like a fire is going to start, right? It could be a fucking something off of your car that flicks out, a cigarette butt, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Or it could be some pyro
Yeah, totally.
that just does it, you know.
Yeah.
Which is crazy in itself.
Lots
like
of river bottom fires.
Yeah.
a lot. That's
Yeah,
a
remember
big-
when the river bottom burnt the
Yeah.
the homeless encampment?
Do you know why
right?
that a lot of the times why that happens?
Why?
Because something's going on.
What do you mean?
So there could be a murder, a rape, like something really bad that's happened. And so the way that they get people down there is they just catch it on fire.
What do you mean the way they
Okay,
get
to
people
get the
down there?
attention.
So they
So they
get
don't
the
have to
attention.
drop it down.
Yeah, so they can get the firemen down there, the cops down there, because the cops ain't necessarily going to run down there. But if all of a sudden the river bottom's on fire,
Yeah.
everybody's going down there.
Yeah.
And so,
I didn't
like
even
something
think
will
about
happen. And
Okay.
yeah, no, that's legit. I read.
Oh, I'm
about
sure
this.
it- I'm
So,
sure it
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's why all of a sudden there'll be a fire in this area, and it's because something's going on, and they're trying to let everybody know, hey, we need help.
Wow, weird.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. It's terrible, man. To fires.
horrible.
It's fucking terrible. It's just it's so weirdly triggering. You know.
Did you ever see my back?
No.
I caught myself on fire when I was 5.
No shit.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a
Bad?
big burn on my scar. Oh, yeah. I
My
was in
dad
the
did the
hospital.
same thing, playing with matches.
Playing with matches. Caught my T-shirt on fire.
No
my
shit.
T-shirt went, and it burnt my back up.
Really?
Yeah,
And
the scar is about this big. But imagine this big on a 5 or 6
Totally.
year old.
Yeah.
And
You
did
know.
you go to the emergency room for it?
Oh yeah,
okay.
skin grafts, emergency room,
had all of that.
hospital.
Dad avoided it.
Yeah, it was
tried to hide it.
horrible. My brother will tell you, like he goes because he would have to go. Like I'd had a hernia, I had a thyroid cyst thing that I had to go to the hospital for. So there's a couple of things I had gone to the hospital for, and when it came time to give me a shot, they would have to call grown men to come hold me down. And my brother to this day will go, dude, I could not believe that they would have to get 4 full-grown men
To hold you
come
down.
and try and hold you down
To get a shot?
to give me a shot because I
Really?
just start fucking slinging. Like you're not doing.
Are
it.
you
I'm
still
not
like that
having it.
now with needles?
I'm not as not as bad. I don't
It's not your favorite?
No, it's not my favorite, but
Is
I can deal with it way
fear
better.
Or rebellion.
A fear,
Okay.
just knowing that, because I mean, I had to get my back scrubbed. And this is stuff I don't remember, but I know because I know what the process is now.
Right.
But I had to get they took skin off my ass to graft my back, which I don't know how much help that was. It's still a giant scar back there.
And also, your ass is not. You have.
No, there's
You
nothing
have
there.
zero ass.
Yeah, but I did when I was up. I don't remember when it went away, but you could see where they took the strips off my butt
Wow.
cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that, dude.
Oh yeah, no, and it terrifying.
Yeah.
For a long time. I still have it's like going to the dentist and they stick the
Oh, the knee.
when they do. Oh, dude, I have such a problem with that.
My fucking King is the worst. My boy.
Yeah.
You can't, dude. Getting him a shot for his vaccines or whatever.
Yep.
It's a 30-minute ordeal. He's like, wait, and he'll talk his way out of it. He's panicking. He fucking can't. It's like this one thing that happens really quick, dude, and
Yeah.
it'll be a 30-minute ordeal. I'm like, dude, you got to calm down. Don't look at it. He's like, he can't fucking do it. Dude.
I had one dentist that I really liked,
Mm-hmm.
and that dentist would take the needle and go like this, and then
So
I
you wouldn't
never
even
saw
see
it.
it, yeah.
I need to do gas or something because it's so hard for me.
Yeah.
I sit there the whole time. I sit there and I'm just
Oh, really?
doing beats, man. My hands are nonstop.
I get in full-on anxiety, panic attacks, and start tearing and just laughing about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Can't
needles?
calm- yeah. I can't.
Really?
And when I have to give draw blood, too, I tell them, get the salt ready. I'll pass out easily.
See, I don't have a problem with the blood as long as I don't look.
That's insane.
And most of the time, most phlebotomists are pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I've had one lady, dude. I don't know what
Day
happened,
one.
man.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. She painfully jabbed me 3 times before she got it in, and I've got giant veins. My veins are right there. There's no, you know what I mean.
No
I'm
reason
a
you should be
fucking
missing
junkie
them.
paradise on my arms.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. It was horrible.
Yeah.
But that doesn't I just don't look. I just kind of turn around and I don't,
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to it and it's done. But I definitely can't sit there and stare at it.
But you'll pass out, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I don't have any of that, dude. I mean, it's not fun. I'm not stoked on needles or anything, but I don't have the blood thing at
I
all,
used to
dude.
never be that way until after the Air Force.
Really?
Everything.
wow.
I was fine. Never passed out during that whole process until afterwards.
What was it?
Wow.
What was there
was
a
it
kind
I
of
have no
experience?
idea. No idea. It
Yeah.
just all of a sudden this started happening, and before you know it, as I'm getting blood, it just starting to go black. The sweat and bullets, and all of a sudden I'm out.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to come back.
Yeah.
I remember several times telling him too. Hey, I'm I'm falling out. I'm falling. I'm going. I'm.
And you're done, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
My brother and I, when we were kids, so when you go to school, you have to get vaccines. So every time you go to a new school, you have to show them that you've had vaccines. No computers.
Yeah. You have a piece
No,
of paper.
you have a piece of paper that my dad lost.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
we went to at least one new school every year. And we would have to go
Get
through
pumped
the,
full of
like,
vaccines.
Dad, man, come on. Where the fuck's that card at, Pops? Like, we don't want to get shots again.
Dude.
You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, I remember kindergarten,
You've been
first
triple,
grade.
quadruple dosed
man,
on
man,
everything.
We've been overdosed.
Yeah.
You know, it's a family trait.
That does explain a lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens with vaccines and
With
how
RFK
they
and
start.
all that
yeah.
shit.
I'm
Yeah.
really excited, man. You
Yeah.
know? Because I do think there's correlation. I think that there's good stuff, but I also think that there's, there's some
Absolutely.
I mean,
Unnecessary shit,
although
for
you
sure.
hear people go like when I was a kid, so I'm 54, 55 soon. So as a kid, we didn't have a lot of ADD, a lot of spectrum kids.
Yeah.
You just really
It was
didn't-
very rare.
Yeah, and there was some kids that were quirky,
Yeah.
but they weren't like you see nowadays. They just weren't
Right.
like that, you know. But like we had Harold, I think his name was at one place.
Yeah.
He's the one that fixed our stuff.
Yeah. He was,
You know,
Yeah.
if something happened with your bike, you took it to him. You know, and we were in junior high maybe, and he'd be out there and he had stuff to somehow jerry rig your front end so you can extend your front end.
Oh, hell
and
yeah, dude.
He did all kinds of stuff.
but he was
man.
like the ADD kid.
He was just quirky.
Yeah.
But he wasn't spastic.
Yeah.
He just was kind of quirky. Just like
MacGyver.
different, MacGyvered everything. You know, and it was fun. You go take it to him.
Yeah, it's weird.
We didn't hang out with him.
I think about that stuff all the time because
know?
it is such an insane, like with my wife's job, she's in special ed, right? And she deals with mainly autistic kids. And the amount of fucking kids that are autistic is
incredible.
Insane. It's like insane, right? But when I think about the ADHD thing, yes, is there a possible connection to too many vaccines too early that aren't tested that fucking affect you? Who fucking knows? Yeah, but also the way in which life is led now. Kids are not outside. They don't run all day. They don't fucking experience nothing. And so when you start to you don't get out and burn out that energy, I could see how it would translate internally, and you are just become a fucking wreck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's weird because with my son, who is absolutely ADHD, can't focus, can't do shit, but he is also outside all the time, and he's running and playing, and he's a kid, you know. But
I don't know that I have a problem because I worked in group homes.
yeah,
For a couple years, I worked in group homes with teenage boys and younger. I worked with some pretty young kids. And I don't think King is ADHD. I think he's just a young man that's just dealing with all this stuff and getting through it.
Sure.
I've been around some ADHD kids, man. Like some real
Yeah.
serious it is crazy.
It sucks, huh? Like, I
It
was
is.
there.
Oh man, you feel
It's
bad for them
intense.
because they can't stop. Their heads just
Right.
going, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can't stop moving. You just finally are like, literally, here, drink this Red Bull. You know,
And then
but
you
it was
watch 'em
before
chill
Red
out.
Bull.
Yeah.
But you'd be like,
Yeah.
hey man, it's about 7:00. It's time to have some coffee.
Oh, hold on, we just lost.
levels on both. Okay, and we're resuming.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, the whole watching those kids react, and then you just see other kids that are, a lot of it was their parents were just like, I can't deal with this, so we'll just
Totally.
stick them in a group home, and it wasn't even necessary.
Right.
They just didn't want to deal with the kid being a kid.
Yeah.
King is a boy. Like, he just
Yeah.
wants to get out there and play.
He does have legit learning disabilities. Man.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
for sure. It's
we all do.
no. I mean, it takes him a long fucking time to get things down that you're like tying his shoes, dude. I swear to God, I taught him how to tie his shoes for 4 fucking years. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, every fucking day, I'm like, here, this, and this. And he's like, his finger dexterity is like dog shit. But, but he loves to play bass.
Yeah.
Right? And he plays bass like a motherfucker all day. No problems with fingers because it's something that he's interested in, right?
Exactly.
So there's like a lot of that where it's like, and I was kind of the same. Like, you couldn't convince me that mathematics in school was important. Period. Like, there was zero fucking fuck you. But I taught myself how to play guitar and all the things that I love to do. And I could spend a whole entire day trying to learn a kickflip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it goes to that, just the way the education system is. And we're seeing it now, which actually Trump said he's going to fucking demolish the Department of Education.
Yeah.
Which I had a long conversation with my wife last night. And she's like, dude, the schools that are run by the state are dog shit.
Yeah.
They are complete fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, is demolishing the Department of Education? Yes, it'll put a lot of money back into the school, like for the states, right? Because we pay, what do we pay? What is our monthly bill from California to the feds? I just saw that Gavin Newsom was going to try to withhold the federal payment or federal tax payment to them. It was like millions and millions of dollars, right? So if he demolishes the Department of Education and puts all that money back in the states, yes, the states will be flush with money.
So then but then if we're in California, you have this crazy ass woke ideology
There's
that's
that,
already ruining the education system.
But besides that, the education itself, the whole entire way it's set up is fucking wrong. You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's just wrong. And would it get better under the states? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Man. I have no faith in California's governing.
I don't either. But would you also, on the other spectrum, in like a very Bible Belt fucking, state, right, where they want to just basically teach kids that dinosaurs aren't real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like all the other insane shit that the other fucking anti-woke shit is, like, what's fucking good, right? Like, should there be a national program for education? Part of me thinks yes, there should be some oversight.
I
but
do, because if not, if you're in some of these really, really rural states that have low population density, like, where's the money going to come for the education?
Well,
You know
if
what
the
I mean?
state itself does not have to pay the feds for it at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then does that mean they're going to put it back and make it right?
That was
You know?
That was exactly Rosie's point.
Yeah.
She's like, I've worked at state-run schools. They are fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
They're completely fucking. They are the worst versions of schools.
Yeah.
And that's in California. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine what it's like. They're teaching kids fucking flat Earth and that dinosaurs aren't real and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The firmament. You know what I mean? Like, who fucking knows? So there's some shit like with
men can get pregnant.
Yeah, well, or what, in California, anyone that has a period can go get a period bathroom fucking tampon or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so weird. There's certain things that I would like to see happen as far as getting this government pared down to some sort of realistic, manageable fucking thing. But then the other part is like, you can't just go in and cut every fucking thing out, right?
The last person when Trump was in office that they wanted to do it, I cannot remember her name.
Yeah, she's the one that ran Fannie Mae.
Yeah,
He made her the education.
Yeah. She was the one that was like, okay, we need to just make all of it a paywall.
Yeah.
Where you get a certain amount of money every month and then you can just pay it back, which is how she made all of her money.
Yeah, she worked for Fannie Mae, who is the largest holder of student debt loans.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's fucking insane, right? Now, hoping that the one thing I have been hearing lately is that, fucking everyone's all in on Robert Kennedy, but what happens when Trump just fires him? I was like, fuck, dude. Well, if that is the case, then that would be terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're looking for, everybody's looking for something. It doesn't matter, and I really feel for all of these people that are super distraught and lost and dying and crying because Harris didn't win and Trump did, and your emotions are valid, and I mean that. You know, but it's also like nothing's changing.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
You know, our president is not even coherent. And
Yeah.
he's running the show.
Totally, dude.
You know, and then Kamala will now not be heard of. Nobody's going to hear about her again for
Yeah.
a long time. She will just disappear.
Right.
You know, and then Kamala will be next time around. It'll be Newsom, probably.
Yeah, I
You
would
know,
bet.
it's just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When I went to school and I was in high school, the mathematics thing. I had everybody pushing me to get into college level classes. So like for science and history and English and stuff, they're like, you are way, way, way smarter and know more. You should not be here. You should be here. And I'm like, I'm not going to college, man. Why am I going to make it? Yeah. I'm like, why am I going to make it harder for myself?
Right.
When it's not really going to make a difference. Like, I know what you guys are going to teach me. I teach it to myself. I don't need you guys to teach it to me. I'm good. Remedial math.
Yeah, totally.
I was in there with the you know, but again,
Yeah.
I was in there with the, you know, legitimate 7 kids that like
Totally.
really
Did not know.
legitimately needed help.
Yeah, totally.
You know.
And you were one of them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I didn't want to do math.
It's
So I
insane.
just played dumb. Like
Yeah.
I didn't like I just like you said, I hated math, man. So I just played the role,
Right.
you know. And nobody ever went like, well, wait a minute. You're doing all of this in all these other classes, and they got you in this class for math?
Uh-huh.
I was like, yeah, I'm not doing homework.
You're all 2 plus
You know?
2
Yeah.
is 7.
Yeah. The teacher, man, Mr. Luna. Somehow there was a stray dog or something on the campus at Channel Islands, and we're sitting in that class, and I would surprise you, but I would talk shit, you know,
Oh,
like
huge
I always, yeah. And Mr. Luna was kind of that guy too, you know, and the dog started to walk into the office, and I went, "Hey, Mr. Luna, I think your wife's here to see you." Yeah, I didn't go to that class anymore. He immediately was like, he was pissed. The class was laughing,
Oh,
and he was
man.
like, "Hey, that's too far.
Too far.
Too far. Get out of my class. Tell him you're not welcome back in my class." Yeah.
What grade was that?
Like freshman year, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Freshman or sophomore year,
Yeah.
probably because I got more comfortable by then.
Yeah.
Freshman year, I was still pretty fresh.
I got kicked out of science. My teacher's name is Mr. Askey, which is incredible. And he looks just like Ned Flanders, like from The Simpsons. And he was the baseball coach, a really nice guy. But he taught biology, which I failed. Failed the first time. He liked me so much that he made me a TA for the next time. So I had at one point I had biology again for the second time, and then I was the TA for the next period. But during sex ed, he did a whole 2-week thing on sex ed. He's like, "You're not allowed in the class."
Smart move.
He's like, I was like, "What the fuck, man?" And he's like, "You are a problem." he's all, "You are so fucking hilariously entertaining to me. I'm not going to be able to keep a straight face while I'm trying to teach this shit. You're not allowed in the class for 2 weeks." He's all, "I'm going to sign off that you did everything, but he's all, I want you to check in with me and then fuck off for the whole period." I was like, "Okay." I'd come in and he's all, "Craig, you're here? All right." And he's all, "Get out." And he would kick me out of the class every fucking day. And everyone's all, "Hey." But he pulled me aside. He's like, I can't
get it.
do it with
I
you."
totally get it.
Like, because I was such a fucking maniac,
Yeah.
like in class, dude.
Yeah. I totally
But I really
understand
liked
that.
him. I just fucking did not want to do science, man. But he liked me so much that he failed me and then made me his TA.
See, I love science. I love science.
I
love science.
biology,
I love history.
you know,
I
now
love
I would,
English.
you know.
I loved English when it became reading. I loved English when it became doing like book reports
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I did not like English when they're trying to talk about
Yeah.
verbs and prepositions and
No.
all.
That's where I was at.
Yeah.
They had a paragraph up on there where it was all fucked up. He says you get points for correcting this paragraph.
yeah.
That was the game. It was
Yeah.
a good game.
Yeah, what changed my whole entire English experience is I had a teacher named Miss Anna East in high school that was awesome, and she fucking made us read Civil Disobedience.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and that totally, my mind was like blown. I was
Yeah.
like, this is incredible, dude.
Yeah.
Like Henry David Thoreau, that Civil Disobedience essay is so goddamn good. And it is the foundation at which I fucking built my whole entire view on how this government works. You know what I mean? And how unfair and unjust it was that this dude in the fucking like what 1900s, early 1900s or whatever, already had it figured out.
Well, it's still
You know what I mean?
it's still incredible to this day when you look at the founders that put all this stuff together, that they
Yeah.
had the foresight to do it
Yeah.
with where they were at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That all these guys that were like in their 19s and 20s and
Yeah.
like nobody was really old.
No.
And they had the foresight to go like, hey, we need these make sure that these amendments stick,
Yeah.
so that we don't end up in a tyrannical government.
Totally,
And if we
dude.
do end up in a tyrannical government, we can protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Because they all came from Ireland and England and Italy and all these different places where they had to deal with it.
Uh-huh.
So for them to be able to do that, and it still is
Yeah.
pertinent and sticks today. I
Not
mean,
only that, like freedom of speech being the first one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like to understand that, it only comes from a place of being completely smashed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they lived under these kings and queens that where you couldn't fucking say a thing.
Right.
well,
If you got
they're
caught saying
arresting
anything.
people. They're arresting people now
and yeah,
for
you're right.
saying stuff in Europe on
Yeah.
Facebook,
Mhm.
and they're coming to your house and pulling you out and arresting you.
Yeah,
What
Right.
yeah, because there is
Fuck. You
no
know?
First Amendment there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they are really they've put in jail like hundreds of people over Facebook comments
Yeah.
at this point, dude. It's fucking crazy.
So scary.
It's insane. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
what's scary about it is it's being talked about here.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, that was one of the things that the Democrats were pushing. Is like you see them say it all the time. Is like, we can't allow this to happen on social media anymore.
right.
We can't. We have to stop. How did they say it? We have to stop allowing people to speak their minds on social media.
Well, what they under the guise of misinformation and
Yeah.
Wasn't the
you know what I mean?
plot
Like all
premise
that
all
shit.
about the she.
No.
Okay.
It's what it is they're wanting to put out, like, they want to put out, which whoever it is wants to put out their narrative.
Control it.
They want that to be the narrative. Prime example was COVID. They knew what was right and what was wrong, but they still continued their narrative, and it cost a lot. So now they're going, hey, we need to stop this disinformation. We need to stop all this stuff.
Right.
We need to control this stuff better. Wait a minute. Why? You guys showed us already how good you're good at doing this, and now you're saying you guys want to do this again?
Yeah.
And it's nuts because one side used to be just the opposite. Everything
Totally.
used to be completely,
Yeah.
we need to.
Back in the 80s in the Reagan era, right?
Yeah.
They went hard on musicians.
Yes.
And parental advisories and
Yeah.
they're trying to put people in jail. The NWA, dude.
Yeah.
They got arrested.
Yeah.
And that was the Republicans doing it, wanting to silence fucking freedom of speech. And now it's flipped to where the other side wants. It's so weird to me that the Republicans are like, nah, free speech, dude, we're good. Like, whatever you want to say. And the Democrats are like, nope.
Yeah.
Nope, we need to stop. This is dangerous. It's dangerous for you to have these thoughts. You know what I mean?
I do
It's
feel
fucking
bad.
crazy to me that in my lifetime it has flipped
So
from
hard,
one way to the other. you know
hard. And
what I mean?
that people don't see it.
No.
And again, I legitimately, because I know a bunch of people
Oh,
that are
yeah.
really, really, we have a lot of
Oh,
our
yeah.
friends that are just like losing their shit over this and are like really seriously in their feelings about it. And I, sorry, I really am,
Yeah.
legitimately, but it's all going to work itself out in the next 4 years, and then we'll go through this again where we're all doing the same exact thing again.
Yeah.
The most important election ever in history.
Right.
It's all just ludicrous.
It always is, man.
Yeah.
It's just.
By the way, we did talk about how we weren't going to talk politics.
a little bit. I think a little bit. Yeah. It's kind of hard not to, right?
It really is.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just the people I've had conversations with so far. It's weird for me because as a guy that does not think Trump is a perfect candidate at all.
No.
Right? Not even at all. The only interesting thing to me is the cabinet in which he's chosen is like, fuck, man, there's some glimpses of hope for that.
Huge.
But the people that I've talked to so far, it's a really weird conversation for me because they have all their talking points, right? All the things, this is a back step for women and this is that and this and this and this and that. And some of it's fucking valid. But now I'm in a position where even if I defend or push back on any of it, I'm defending Trump. You know what I mean? Like, and now I'm like having to be like, well, that's not, we can't say what he's gonna do because he hasn't done it yet, right? So I'm not gonna do that. But like when I hear these talking points and all the, the abortion thing and how it's like the state rights now and blah 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 and this and that, it's like, yeah, I get it, but I don't I don't want to say anything because it's like now the only thing I could say would be sounding like I'm defending Trump. You know what I mean? And it's like I spent 4 years completely shitting on the dude.
Same.
You know what I mean? And then at that point, it's only going to drive it further because as soon as I push back on a point, they're going to be like, well, fuck. I mean, obviously you're pro-Trump. And it's like, well, dude, hold on. I'm not.
I just don't even want to talk to him.
Well, that's fine.
I will tell you that, and I think we talked about this where I had a guy that came up to me and when Bobby went over to Kennedy went over and I saw him the other day.
Fuck you.
And I was like, I gave him a hug and said, well, my boy got in anyways. He was not happy, dude.
Yeah.
And I know he's one of those people that, I know how he feels. He just, he was one of those guys that's like, posting stuff about Bobby Kennedy having a worm in his brain and how he's, like, how are we going to let this worm brain be a part of this stuff? And, but it's also like, are you just going to ignore
everything
all
else?
The other signals that are out there, all the fires that are going on that right now that need to be paid attention to and are just not? You're just going to like, that doesn't,
Yeah, just because, I don't know. It is what it is. But it's a weird conversation I've had with a few people, which I respect and they might be fucking right. I mean, this guy might get in office and run wild like a fucking real maniac. He didn't the first 4 years, he did some shit that is totally questionable. The way in which he manages things is not my favorite. No. I think what he did during COVID was complete pussy behavior. Shit the bed, let fucking Fauci take over, and just ran with it because I think he really is truly. He doesn't want to fail, so if it's someone else's fucking failure, he'll let them take it for sure, right?
Well, I also think that he doesn't know how to deal with this stuff. And so if you don't have the right people around you and telling you and talking to you what you should be like, look at this or look at this, like Bobby, then they're just going like, hey, the one that you guys need to talk to is this guy right here.
Who just so happened
Anthony Fauci. Yeah, totally. You know what I mean? Because you can't deny the science.
Yeah.
And he is science.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That sounds like a Trump statement.
Rest in peace, Kerry Mullen.
Yeah.
Kerry Mullen said, fuck Fauci.
Yep. Uh-oh. Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of people have said that about Fauci, and
he
so
invented the PCR test.
Okay. Yeah. It's we're all going to get through it and everything's going to be fine. And 6 months from now, everybody they'll just be talking their shit, but they're not so distraught, and really like, the one that kills me and it keeps killing me is like, I don't know about my kid's future.
Right.
Like, well, if you're worried about your kid's future, aren't you paying attention to what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, we could have not done all these wars. That
100%.
Was completely avoidable.
Right. Yeah.
And was just, whoever's the puppeteers behind this stuff wanted to keep it going.
Yeah, it's very convenient to be worried about your kid's future when your candidate loses. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, now we're concerned. Like we weren't concerned that all of us are getting drug into World War fucking III.
Yeah,
and it may or may not happen still. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Hard to tell with media right now, but if some of the stuff really is going on, that it appears to be going on, it seems like it's a step in the right direction. Like there's a lot of people reaching out going, okay, how do we stop this now?
Right.
Here's
the question. Does Trump even make it to the inauguration day, dude? That's what I want to know.
His handler's got a job.
Dude, I'd be hiding out. Dude. Yeah. I'd be fucking hiding out for a while, dude. I don't know.
I want to know what I still don't understand why everybody has such an issue with Elon, but his security team's got to be pretty stout.
I bet he's,
Yeah.
I bet he's
luckily Bobby has one now, and I'm sure Tulsi has a pretty good one.
Yeah, I wonder if they're saying her for Secretary of State. That'd be fucking cool. That'd be
gnarly. Whatever they could put her in, I hope awesome. It's I hope, because she's one of the most pragmatic, like solid minds when you listen to her talk about this stuff. Has actually gone into war,
Yeah.
Did what, 2 tours?
Yeah, a
worked
few
as
at
a
least.
medic.
Yeah.
Like she's done this stuff, man,
Yeah.
and like really knows what's going on. I love listening to her talk because she does it so well. You know, and she's really just about like, let's take care of the people
Yeah.
of the United States. You know, like, yes, I'm about that, man.
Yeah.
I really am.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you see that Alex Jones put his name in the hat to be the press secretary? That would be the most wild shit ever.
that would, you would watch a giant meltdown.
Oh, dude, every fucking
Oh
day.
my God.
Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, look, we're going to get through it. Everyone's bummed. I get it. Or everyone's really excited.
Hey,
I
if
get
you're
it.
really, really
You know
sad
what I
and
mean?
you're really bummed,
Yeah.
1091 Scandia Avenue. Come by, have a cocktail. We
There
won't
you
talk
go.
any politics. We'll just have a good time.
There you go, man. Thanks, guys, for joining in. We have a couple things. Dead Man's Beard Co. is the sponsor of this podcast. Check them out online if you like incredible
love
beard
it.
products. 15% off if you use the code HEAVY15. And also, we are going to do a Christmas event the 22nd of December at the garage. It will be free. It will be filmed as well.
It'll be entertaining.
We're gonna have Uncle
Elroy?
Elroy will be there. His elf will be there. We'll be doing Christmas lists, Christmas wish. Come sit on Santa's lap if you want. Tell him what you want for Christmas.
baby.
It'll be a great fucking time. We'll release that information as it goes. Otherwise, if you guys would, the amount of people, we almost have 10,000 followers on Instagram, which is insane. If literally you guys could take the time to just like and subscribe on either YouTube or iTunes or Spotify, we would be making legit fucking money on this podcast. So it's a free, easy way to support. Leave a review if you want it, rate it, however you want to do it. We really appreciate everyone that listens to this every fucking week. I am constantly shocked at the people that come up and tell me they listen to it. And then I go, which
amazing.
episode did you listen to? And they
Yeah.
go, this one. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. So thank you so much to everyone that listens, and please support in any free way you want. You can always check out the Patreon. These episodes go up a little bit early.
Yep.
Having said that, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, peace.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yes, happy Veterans Day, y'all. Thank you.
Thank
We
you
appreciate your
for your
service.
service.
You know, welcome back. Welcome home.
Yep.
Anything else? Kenny,
Anything else, Kenny, to
we
add?
–
appreciate you, buddy.
360-mvp.com for your
Oh,
photo
yeah,
booth
yeah.
needs.
Yep.
There you go, man.
Did my setup at my daughter's wedding. Phenomenal photos,
Yep.
easy to use, very entertaining.
Very fun.
Got a stack of them, man. It was
Yeah.
just awesome stuff.
Yep. All right. Bye.